Hi, it's Chris Peil, training from Strength Asylum. We've been doing a little series of stuff you can do at home to retain muscle mass, so stuff that is actually going to get you enough stimulus to get like a hypertrophy effect, so you can hold on to the muscle you've got, not just circuit stuff. So I'll run through them from the start and end with the new exercise. The first thing we did was single leg squats. So to do single leg squats, you need to have really good sort of balance, coordination, good ankle range of movement, and some of that might be a bit of a problem if that's not been your focus. So the main thing is giving you an option you can do that doesn't require all those things, so you can actually get the muscular work done, because the focus for us is getting the muscular work done to be hard enough. So the option I'll give you is a Spanish squat. All you need is a weightlifting belt. You can use either a banister like I'm going to use, or you could potentially use the end of a bed. The actual thing doesn't take that much weight, so we'll quickly run through that. Obviously, to start with, before you did this, you probably want to just warm up with like a set of bodyweight squats, something nice and easy, just a few bodyweight squats, maybe some leg swings, some dynamic stretching, just so you're nice and warm. Then you would work your weaker leg first to fatigue, so not complete failure, but close to. Then without any rest, go into the other leg, do that leg, and then take your rest of like 1 to 2 minutes and do sort of 3 to 5 sets. So single leg Spanish squats. Belt wrapped around the bottom of the banister. Leg through. Not using this to pull myself up, just using it for balance. Good squat position, drive back up all on that leg. So that's your main first big compound movement. The vast majority of people, less than 20 reps is going to get them to fatigue, so it's going to be sort of within a reasonable hypertrophy range. Second exercise we looked at, which was a hamstring isolation exercise, bodyweight hamstring curls. For that, if you've got carpet, you need a baking tray, just a plain straightforward baking tray. If you've got hard floors, you need something like a woolly jumper or like a fleece, something like that will slide on it. Basically, get into bridge position, drive up with the glutes, go out as far as you can, pull back, out as far as you can, pull back. The third exercise, so again, same sort of thing. It is difficult, you are going to hit fatigue at a relatively low number of reps. Take a minute or 2 minutes rest, do 3 to 5 sets depending how much time you've got and how difficult you're finding it. Third exercise, quad isolation exercise, pretty much the opposing exercise to that if you like, which is reverse Nordic curls or bodyweight leg extensions. Glutes tight, abs tight, lean back as far as you can, resist. Drive yourself back up. Lean back as far as you can. Drive yourself back up. Back as far as you can. Drive yourself back up. If that's too difficult, if you put your hands back, go back as far as you can, then down, come back up like that, so you're only doing the eccentric part. Same sort of thing, go to fatigue. You'll probably hit fatigue at less than 20 reps because it is hard. Minute or 2 minutes rest, same as usual for standard bodybuilding program, and again 3 to 5 sets. So this is another isolation movement, also basically stolen from a rehab exercise, and this is Copenhagen's. It's targeted the adductors, so the groin, the inside of the thigh, the inner thigh. They're called Copenhagen's because that's where the research was done, and the research was basically finding out what exercise could be done with limited equipment, so aimed at like team environment, that got you the most muscle activation for the inner thigh. For us, brilliant, that's what we're after, most muscle activation. All you need is something to put your leg on, and these are ridiculously, brutally hard. So I'm using this stool, I'm going to drive down with that foot to lift my pelvis up and try and use the hip to lower the pelvis down, back up, lower the pelvis down, back up, lower the pelvis down. Now, if these are actually too difficult to start with because you've neglected adductors somewhat, you can actually use this hand on the floor to take some of your weights off and do assisted Copenhagen's. So that will be like a little regression just until you get a little bit stronger to do that. So hopefully that's useful. Again, you could do up to fatigue, and you should probably not be able to get beyond sort of 20 reps on this either. So it's going to add to your overall leg workout. So we've got that series of like 5 seriously difficult exercises to keep you getting the results that you're after at home. So last exercise comes with a boring history lesson. The guy who pretty much invented resistance machines, Arthur Jones from Nautilus, he developed exercise resistance machines because he wanted to match your strength curve to how much resistance there was, so you could get better effects for bodybuilding. So a lot of people would argue with what he'd done and say that it was a bad thing, but that's a different argument. He never made a machine for calves, and the reason he never made a machine for calves, he said you couldn't beat straight standing calf raises. So we're just going to do that on the bottom step, single leg, and for most people that's going to be demanding enough. If it's not, just hold the heaviest thing you can in your spare hand, the one that's not balancing you. Again, start with your weaker leg. It might take a bit of experimentation to find out which. Match whatever reps you get with the weaker leg with the stronger leg. Take a minute to 2 minutes rest, and then do 3 to 5 sets. So that gives you 5 exercises, all of which should be hard enough that you're not doing sort of 50 reps, and it gives you enough that you need to take a decent rest, like a minute, 2 minutes rest. Those 5 exercises done back to back is going to be like a proper bodybuilding lower body workout. And what we'll do now from here is we'll work into an upper body pushing program and an upper body pulling program. So you've got a 3-day split, all of which will be hard enough to actually get you muscle stimulus at home if you haven't got much equipment.